Um, yeah, I mean, I kind of know what it takes to win a championship now, and so far, all the guys that haven't won, you know, Trez and Wes, and um, guys like that, I still want to be able to, even though they're, Wes been in the game longer than me, um, and Trez is a great player, and I still want to be able to, tell them things that can help us, repeat. Those two guys, listen, they want to win. Dennis, all those guys are able to learn and able to adapt to our system quickly, and they listen. Obviously, when you have a team that's just coming off a championship, it's easier to do. It's easier to learn. It's easier for those guys to adapt to us, knowing that we know what it takes to win.
Hey, Paul George told Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson on their podcast that there's this, that you guys had some dialogue about trying to get you to play in Indiana. It didn't happen. And meanwhile, Friday I think marked the 2-year anniversary that LeBron made it known that he'd like to play with you. Have you thought about how those things have played out? And obviously, in the context you're going to be facing Paul George at opening night.
No, I mean the Paul thing in Indiana. It was a conversation for sure. Kind of just faded away. I'm not sure what happened on their end. He said that management didn't want to do it, whatever. But it was a conversation. And then, LeBron saying what he's saying. Obviously, want to, team up and then the year that we win a championship. So I think Ron kind of spoke it into existence, and it happened, and I'm glad it happened. For me, selfish reasons. I want to be a champion, and able to do that my first year teaming up with him. But I mean, who would have known? Who knows what would have happened with Paul in Indiana? He's another great player. Especially when he was in Indiana, he was definitely tough to guard. He's still tough to guard today. But I think that was so long ago that we played each other many times. Since then. But you always think about like what could have happened. Will my career be a lot different than it is now? I think you just take it a game at a time. Just kind of see what your body tells you. So I thought I was going to be, you know, winded in my first game back against Phoenix. Um, and obviously I'm not, in mid-season shape. I don't think anyone is, but I felt way better than I thought. Um, I didn't expect to play the entire first, and I could have in the first game back. And so I feel confident in playing, but it's different when you're constantly playing every night or back to backs and things like that. So you just figure out game by game, listen to your body, and coach understands. He does a great job of managing us. Make sure that we get our proper rest, knowing that we had a shortened off season, and I can always go and talk to him, and when my body is telling me something. Yeah, I mean it's good for him. You don't have that contract anxiety for the whole year. Now that it's out the way, he can go out there and play, and which he was doing anyway. He was having a great preseason, and he even played great for us in a bubble and all last year. So he's locked in. He made a great jump. Um, excuse me, on both ends of the floor. He wants to take those matchups. He wanted to guard Book in the preseason. He wanted to guard Kawhi in the preseason. So and Paul. So he wants those matchups. He's playing extremely well for us on the offensive end, making big shots. Shooting the ball extremely well, making the right play, the right passes. So it's good for him. We're excited to have him here. I know he's excited to be here, and he's a champion. You deserve it, and I'm glad that the Lakers were able to work something out with him to be able to allow him to just go out there and play and not worry about contracts for the rest of the season. Last year, coach talked to me about getting my 3-point attempts up. I think I was shooting, maybe 3 a game last year in the bubble, or it might have been for the season, and 38% in the bubble. And he said it helped us win, and he wanted me to get that average up to 5 attempts a game. And so, just having the confidence, working with, Mike P on my shooting, day in and day out, constantly just shooting the ball with confidence and just letting it fly. Obviously the team, the players want me to shoot it. They have a lot of confidence in me. And so I just got to be able to be confident enough to go out there and shoot the ball, whether it's a pull-up 3, soft step, whatever it is, and just try to get that attempt up to 5, just knowing that it'll help the team.